studios in Brea, California, here is the Doyledin podcast.
Welcome back to the Doyledin podcast. We got Elimination Chamber and Raw, the follow-up Raw to talk about today. And overall for Elimination Chamber, what are your general thoughts? Excuse me.
I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was anything great. I think it's substandard WWE PLEs nowadays because it's not like they're paying $40 to watch it, so it's free part of a deal they've already made. So just put on another show just to put out the brand, and I don't think anything special is put forth by some of the talent, and we can go into the talent and how they need to be held more accountable later, because Road Dogg, I don't even know who Road Dogg is from the New Age Outlaws. Brian James, I saw on X yesterday that he handed in his resignation, frustrated, and I don't blame him.
Oh, so he was working with WWE and he resigned.
Yeah, he's been on creative. I think mainly for SmackDown.
Okay.
For a long time. I think he might have even been the head writer for SmackDown. I don't know. I think Ed Koski is head of Raw. I think. I don't know. But I don't blame him. It's especially somebody who's been in the business for so long. His family is in the business for so long, and gets the psychology and the history. And you see some of the shit that they put out these days, and half-ass performances by some of these talents. I'd be frustrated too. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, I think I have a couple questions about that, but we could definitely get into that because that does seem interesting. But I want to go over Elimination Chamber and go over the winners, the things that happened in between, and just all the fucking bullshit. Anyways, for me, I thought it definitely fulfilled my expectations. I thought it was just going to be a mid PLE. I mean, Royal Rumble was a little mid, and then Elimination Chamber is a little mid. So now I'm getting a little worried about WrestleMania. And there's nothing interesting that's being built up for WrestleMania, and I feel Elimination Chamber would have been that perfect opportunity to sprinkle in some interesting plot points to build up to Mania. And I mean, especially since we're not going to have a PLE, it looks like, for the month of March, which is a good thing. But right, considering that, you gotta if you're gonna skip a month, especially when they've followed the script of having a PLE each month, you gotta have one that almost feels as if it's two PLEs, But that's just my opinion. And this didn't even feel like a good PLE. It was just kind of like whatever. I mean, the Raw that followed it up, I thought was a lot better than the Elimination Chamber as a whole. But those are my general thoughts. If you haven't seen it, then skip ahead to Raw because we're about to spoil Elimination Chamber. But I think at this point it doesn't matter. I think everybody knows who won, who lost.
Right. It's been
just in case. But yeah, I mean, it starts off with the women's Elimination Chamber. Correct? Am I correct with that? I believe it did.
I think it did.
Yeah, it started off with Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, Kiana James, and Alexa Bliss and Asuka, right? Were those the only? Yeah.
There's 6 total, so yeah, I mean, I don't know who you named off there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was not that Rhea doesn't deserve to have that spotlight or to win that kind of match. Sure. I just would have liked to see somebody fresh, win, give somebody else a chance, add a spotlight here at WrestleMania. Rhea's already going to be a main eventer at WrestleMania. She's going to have. You could easily put her in a match with or an angle over the next month with somebody and build it up, and it would go, holy shit, I got to see that at Mania. And then you have that spot at the chamber for someone else to build, like a Raquel Rodriguez.
Or
now I don't know.
Or a curveball, Kiana James. I mean,
Kiana James, who, I think is awesome as well. So, I don't think they chose the right person here, and that's nothing against Rhea. Like I said, she's probably one of the top women in the whole industry of the business right now. But she, it's kind of like, a belt. Some people don't need it, some people do, and I don't think she needed this win to get her over. It would have been good to have somebody cost her the match, and there you go. Now you're off to the races to build that over the next month for Mania, and Kiana James, who I had predicted before. Although I would like Raquel Rodriguez also. So that was my thoughts on that match.
Yeah, and for me, like you said, you took the words right out of my mouth. Rhea Ripley doesn't need a title shot. Considering who else was participating in the Elimination Chamber, of there was 5 other wrestlers she could have built up. I mean, I guess Asuka doesn't really need it as well. I think Asuka and Rhea Ripley have been around long enough to where they don't need a push for them to get fans. And when you have these other wrestlers who I feel they just throw in like a match for them every Raw or every PLE just for them to lose it, or to take one step further in their stretched out storyline that they're doing. I mean, Raquel Rodriguez, how long has she been going after what was it, Stephanie Vaquer, and then all of a sudden now that's gone away because they're going to build it up to where she's going to turn on Liv Morgan at Mania. But how much more impactful would it have been if you have Raquel Rodriguez win this Elimination Chamber, you have her win the belt from Jade Cargill, and then you have her screw over Liv Morgan with the belt on her? Like, it's just, that would have been so much better and so much more impactful because, again, Liv Morgan cost Raquel Rodriguez the Rumble. And, it's things like that. It's just, it's so simple to just think about that I'm surprised they just didn't go with that. And it feels like they had Rhea Ripley win just so that they could take the belt off Jade and then have Rhea have her title run. But I just feel like it's unnecessary at this point, but whatever. Hopefully they have something planned. And
that's just it. I mean, if they're not going to put Rhea over, then it's a huge mistake.
Exactly.
It's a huge mistake because it doesn't do anything for Rhea at all. So I would expect them to take the belt off Jade. From what I've seen on X as well, Jade's not doing too well in the locker room. I don't know how much stock I put in the rumor mill on X, but it seems to be that she's not favored, and when that happens, that's not a good sign. So I would expect them to put Rhea over. If not, huge mistake. Either way,
yeah,
it would have been a good rub for someone else. And there we have that match for Mania.
Yep. Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. Something I'm not excited for.
Well, I am if it's Rhea going over. If it is Rhea going over, great, I get it. But if it's not, then, oof,
yeah,
not a good taste to leave in our mouths.
Yeah, agreed. But even if Rhea goes over, it's kind of like, well, it's what we expected. It's as long as they put out a good match, that's it. At the end of the day, I feel like if we know what the result is going to be at the end, you got to put out a good match.
Right.
And I hope that they're telling them that, like, hey, everybody knows you're going over, Rhea. Just fucking put out a good match. That's it. That's it. You know. But we'll see. We'll see. Um, Next up is Punk versus Balor. I mean, we
Yeah,
called we called this
that
one.
was solid match. Yeah, I mean, it was obvious that Punk's not losing.
Yeah.
Especially us knowing what was going to happen with Becky and AJ Lee. But it was a solid match. It was good for Finn to get in there and get the rub from the champ, and even though
Yeah.
he wasn't going to go over, showcase what he's still capable of on the main event, scene, and that he has more to come. And I'm glad to see him putting that spotlight again. Even if it is a loss, it's still good for him and puts the focus back on him, which is he needs and
Yeah.
deserves.
Yeah. And this is something that I think Raw followed up pretty well with. Even if Balor lost, there was still a storyline for him to continue
Right.
towards, and it wasn't just he lost and you're not going to see him on for a little bit. It, no, it still continued what was going on with him, which I liked, and it didn't feel like what I expected it to be, of just, all right, Balor got his title shot and that's that. Let's move on. Um,
Right.
so and it was a
Yeah.
decent match too. I enjoyed it.
Right. Right.
But now
Yeah.
that Punk won, still has the belt, he's going to be facing Roman Reigns at Mania, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Um, Maybe not a little bit, maybe 30 minutes from now. But anyways,
That's a little bit.
uh, but next up is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. AJ Lee defeating Becky Lynch for that championship, and I mean,
Whatever.
whatever.
I mean, it's obvious that's just what was going to happen, and whatever. It's nothing to write home about. Decent match. I mean, it wasn't. You're. This is getting more play than any women's championship for some odd reason, but uh, it puts the women's intercontinental title match, or intercontinental title in more of a prominent role than the men's, which has more lineage behind it. So, but we knew it was going to happen. Now, the Punk household has two belts, and yippee.
Yeah, I mean, do you think they're going to do something with that with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch? You would you would think, right?
No,
Because now that
because now
Seth Rollins
what
is
happened
back, you know,
on Raw.
little
Uh,
little little spoiler, but he's back, and Seth Rollins said as long as he's with the company, Punk's not going to have a belt on him. But now it's not only Punk has the belt, but his wife also has the belt. So I don't know.
yeah.
I,
Well, and Punk has come back, or sorry, Rollins has come back, and he's a face. So um, I think they'll pick that storyline up eventually again down the road. But right now, the focus is Rollins and Division.
yeah,
Um,
the cursed
and then
vision.
the cursed vision. Now, once that's over, though, then maybe they'll swing it back to Punk again. I'd love to see a heel Punk.
Yeah,
Definitely better than this.
I think we might be seeing a heel Punk. I mean, considering what happened on Raw, but again, we'll get to that in a bit. Raw was just
Well, having
pretty good.
yeah, but having Punk as division leader would be tremendous. He joined the Nexus at one point to take out John Cena back in the day. Um, why not have him join division and lead division, especially with Paul Heyman out? Now hopefully he's out. Hopefully he sells that for 3 to 4 weeks. You know, um, and after Mania, having Punk as part of the division will be huge.
Yeah, agreed. That would be a definitely a definitely good curveball to put in. Because I think that's the thing. nowadays is nothing's like surprising, you know? And it's not that I want everything to be surprising, I want everything to shock me, but if you're not gonna tell good stories, then what the next best thing to do is to shock the people. And there's it's been there,
Or
we haven't
both.
had either of them. What's up?
Yeah. Or both at the same time. I
Or
mean, you can do
both?
both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you know, I would like to see, so Rollins comes back and he's a face. Punk turns heel. They fight for the belt. Maybe Rollins gets it and Punk gets it back. Maybe Punk just keeps it because the vision helps him. But then when you have Braun Breaker come back, now it's like, hey, this is my vision, this is not yours, And now it's like Rollins is in Braun Breaker's ear. See, I told you Heyman would screw you. I told you, he wouldn't do what's in your best interest. And then, Breaker's a face and he goes after the belt. And, they need more big time faces that people want to get behind. I don't see enough of that. Reigns is stale, in my opinion. Doesn't look good in promos. And that's where you make your money. That's where you sell, yourself. Is not just a product, not just the PLE, but you got to sell yourself during a promo.
Yeah.
It was one of Bret Hart's biggest problems when he was wrestling. As great as a wrestler he was, his promos were not that good, so it was hard for him to really get people to want to come see him work. And he wasn't a great drawing champion. And it wasn't because of his work rate, it's because of his promos. Steve Austin, greatest promo guy in the fucking world, in my opinion. His work rate was decent. I mean, his matches were decent. It was really good. Not the greatest, but didn't matter because promos, people wanted to see him work. And, it's like Hogan. Hogan only had a couple of moves, but the promos got people in the building. Ultimate Warrior, as nonsensical as the promos were, they were getting you hyped. And me as a kid, like, I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I love it, And his matches were garbage, but I didn't care because he already got me worked up and hyped and yes, win. That's where you make the draws in your promo. And Reigns is stale on that, in my opinion. Punk is, okay. So they need someone like that, and I think Braun Breaker could be the guy.
Yeah. I mean, I think Braun Breaker I think he's decent on the mic. Definitely can improve, but I think he's a lot better than. I think what makes him so good is you don't have a lot of guys that are good on the mic,
Right.
and so he's like the only guy who is on the mic, or not just on the mic, but is decent on the mic because everybody else is kind of ass. Everybody else just is not like working that promo muscle, but.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, when you had Austin there and The Rock there, and then you had Shawn Michaels, but Shawn was hurt and then Shawn was back. I mean, those were the three best guys on the mic in the business, in my opinion, and they could work a crowd like nobody else. But yeah, these days there's nobody like that. Braun Breaker is damn close, and I think by the time he comes back, that's something that he's going to perfect.
Yeah.
He has time to do it. He'll be money on the mic. LA Knight is just, whatever. It's good for the younger crowd who didn't get to live through the Austin and Rock era, because that's all it is. It's a mishmash of both, and kind of like, in my opinion.
Do you think that's why he's not getting a push, like a big push, because it's kind of just something that's already been done?
I don't know why he's not getting that big push, especially, with the Chamber, like, I mean, I would have given that match to him and try to hand at it, but maybe they don't put enough stock in him to carry Mania. Maybe if it was a different pay-per-view that they were, or a PLE that they were trying to win that match to be headlining, they would have gave it to him. But for Mania, maybe they don't have enough trust in him to sell tickets. I don't know if it's just because it feels like a rehashed kind of gimmick, but it's definitely not something that's groundbreaking, and I think he needs to kind of step away from it a little bit and not be so. I mean, even on Raw, not to jump ahead and all that, but that whole ambulance thing where that's very Austin-esque. It's been done that way, almost verbatim with the verb. What he said. It's kind
like
of like
him and Taker, right? That's
yeah,
yeah.
Taker. That's right. Yeah. So it has to be done differently. You can do the same thing but differently, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it just seems the same thing done the same, and it's kind of like when they make a bad remake in Hollywood. It's kind of like if you're gonna do a new version, have a new storyline.
Yeah.
Have a new premise, but don't give me
the same shit that I could just watch on my streaming service.
The original. You can't do it any better if you're going to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems a lot of that and a lot of what's going on, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have a halo or something over my head here. Like
there you go. You're the Doyledin angel. But no, now we have men's elimination chamber. Of course, LA Knight didn't win. I think I would have loved to have LA Knight win, just because having him against Drew McIntyre would have been great. As we talked about on previous episodes, but they gave it to Randy Orton. Another person that I don't think needs a belt or needs a title shot, but Randy Orton is getting up there on the age, so maybe they just want to give him more belts to put on his record. I don't know.
So when it comes to Randy Orton, tremendous athlete, tremendous performer.
Yeah,
I do think that maybe to sell seats at Mania, I don't know. It's not something that. I mean, who's going to sell more, him or LA Knight? Probably Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I need old Randy Orton though in the promos leading up to this. I don't need the new Randy. We're talking about promos, right? His promos are very. You look at his promos from 10 years ago. Passionate and I'll rip your freaking throat out.
Yeah.
Now it's mamby-pamby, kind of like CM Punk. This is just the way the business has gone, which doesn't work.
Corporate
so let's
promos.
Get back. Let's get back to on Netflix. Be vicious. Be an asshole. You're going to be over, like Rover against Drew McIntyre. Let's make this. Let's make it unforgettable. And if this is Randy's last run, and they give him the belt for one last run, great. But where do we go from there? Is it to get the belt on Randy, so then somebody else can come and take it from Randy?
Gunther.
It could be if he's
retired.
If
Randy.
This is his last run.
Yeah.
If this is his last run, what's more than just retiring somebody and winning the belt? So it could be.
Yeah. That's kind of it for Elimination Chamber. I mean, we had the reveal of what was in the box, and it was. I mean, we didn't want it to be a real person in the box, but it ended up.
But apparently, is it a real person though?
Danhausen, which
I thought was a brand of ice cream, but apparently it's a dude.
And just like the people that were in that stadium, we had no idea who this was. I didn't. You probably did.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Danhausen from AEW.
Yeah,
but I didn't watch his stuff. I didn't watch. AEW is just like WCW in many, many ways.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot produce what WWE can produce. Danhausen there, I guess he was over, but lost in the shuffle, and he's going to come to WWE, where a bigger platform, and I think he's going to get over huge. The reveal was whatever. I thought the reveal was. It was made to be this huge thing, right? I mean, all these other things came out, and then he came out, and the reveal. But then you go to Raw. Might as well jump to Raw now, right? Because
We're on Raw.
We're done with Elimination Chamber.
Thank God we're
I
done
thought
with
he was
it.
hilarious on Raw. I thought he was fucking hilarious on Raw.
Yeah.
I thought he did a good job. I like this character. I like how he is. Again, I knew he was in AEW, but I didn't care to watch him because AEW just doesn't interest me. It's just the lack of structure in their shows and psychology, not the performers, but how it's produced. But now in WWE, I'll watch him because better structure and I'll know what the hell's going on if I miss a show. But I think his start has been great,
Yeah.
and it's been well produced, and I think that he's going to have a good run. Mid card, I wouldn't put him any further than that. But I think he's going to be over like Rover.
Yeah. I think what's funny is he's got that comedic charm similar to somebody that everybody. I mean, when this show started, when Doyledin started, there was a wrestler that got released and then got brought back because everybody loved that he was so comedic and so everything, and that's R-Truth. And then they brought in a wrestler from AEW that kind of has a similar shtick, a similar vibe, but they're not doing anything with R-Truth. I just think that's hilarious. All those people crying, bitching and moaning about R-Truth being released, and there you go. You're getting nothing from them. But
yeah, I don't know if their paths will cross, but that could be some fun segments between the two of them.
yeah, that could be. But I just think it's funny. I just think they still haven't really done anything with R-Truth, Ron Killings. But it's like where was this when what's his name? It's with Scarlet.
Killer Cross?
Yeah, Karrion Kross. Where was the outcry with him? Like that's somebody who shouldn't have been released. I think, especially now in hindsight, we could have gotten some cool stuff with Karrion Kross.
Absolutely. I would have pushed him to the moon, and he could be one of your top baby faces or top heels.
Like, what if he was in charge of the Vision?
Oh, it would make total sense with his persona and his, abilities on the mic, everything. He's definitely top tier talent in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He could headline a PLE. He can do everything that your Punks and your Reigns and your Ortons and your Rhodes can do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As long as you let him be who he is. And he's one of those guys that doesn't need this gimmick to get over. He just needs to be himself. Let him. He's such a smart dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen his interviews or listened to him just talk, and he's so smart, and he doesn't need to be produced, in my opinion. Just let him be. Almost like an Austin. Yeah, and but I think he'll be back. I think that give it time, and I think that
so.
once the ball's going to be in his court because they're going to need him once Orton goes and then Reigns steps away again. The lack of top tier talent is going to be obvious and glaring. They're going to have to. I'm telling you, they're going to want him there, and he's going to say, "Sure, now pay me."
Yeah,
and they're going to have to. So
I mean, he made us interested in Sami Zayn, somewhat interested in Sami Zayn.
Yeah, yeah,
and
he made me interested in a lot of guys that I just don't really care about now that he's gone.
Yeah.
And I mean, no offense to AJ Styles, sure he was great back in the day. I don't think he's that great now. Never been a huge fan of him, but his stuff with AJ was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I liked Killer Cross. I liked or Karrion Kross as they call him there, but I think you got to have him on your roster.
Yeah, I agree.
Hate a man.
We miss him. But whatever. we're not we're not TKO, unfortunately.
Well, I'll predict it right now. I will predict it right now that Royal Rumble 2027, Karrion Kross comes out and wins it. I don't know if he wins it, but he'll be in it.
Okay, okay. Well, hopefully, maybe he'll be like last five in the ring or something. I don't know. But yeah, this Raw, it started off pretty hot.
Yeah, yeah. This is a good Raw.
Yeah. This is a really good Raw. I think a lot of good things happened here, and it was so much better than Elimination Chamber. I actually watched this live, which is crazy for me because I hate watching ads and having to sit through ads, and I can't stand when the commentators are building up things that are literally in the next like 30 minutes. Um, and so,
Right.
but it was entertaining. I enjoyed watching this Raw, and you know, uh, it was just good. You had um, what happened? Oh yeah. So
Well, Vision came out in the beginning.
yeah, Vision came out in the beginning and ran, or who came up
Well,
after?
we had
Sorry.
them do a promo. We had him do a promo, and Paul took the mic, and then we had a masked guy come out, and I think Logan Paul chased him away, and then we had another masked guy come out,
Yes,
and then Theory chased him away,
that's right.
and then here comes another masked guy, and Paul Heyman's by himself in the ring, and I knew it was coming, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be. I know what's gonna happen, but it's well done. I don't care if I already. Okay, it's obvious, but do it well, and they did it really well. And of course, curb stomp to Paul Heyman, unveiled to be Rollins, and you know they're out of there, and it was great. I thought it was well done.
Yeah,
Nice
I
pop for
agree.
Rollins too.
Yeah. I hope he's not a face. I hope he's a little in the middle. You know, I think Rollins could do a good job at that. Be like a little, just middle of the road, going after anybody. Um, I think that would be interesting to see from him. But
Well, the problem is, in my opinion, nobody's going to take him serious in that role if he continues to come out dressed as he was before.
yeah,
Um, you if you're going to be that type of guy, then you got to dress that way. There's different ways to dress for a heel, for a face, for a tweener. So you're trying to encapsulate both sides if you're a tweener, right? So you gotta just be that grungy, I don't give
yeah,
a shit kind of person. Heel, you can dress that way, look like a complete buffoon, like you're from the circus, and people will hate you. That's what you want. And as a face, you dress like I'm a cool dude kind of thing. But yeah, no, I think he could be a tweener, especially if he's back against the Vision, but also still hates Punk. Like you talked about earlier. That could be the motive. That could be the avenue they take with him.
yeah. I would like to see that. I would like to see it. I think that's because I don't want the Seth Rollins we got before he left.
Right,
Uh,
right, yeah.
so
And then we go backstage, and Paul's in the ambulance, and he's got a bloody nose and all, which I love to see that. Hopefully, it's a concussion kind of thing, and he's out for a while. Like I said, sell it. Make it mean something. Don't be back on Raw next week with a bandage over your nose. Oh,
or in a neck brace or some fucking stupid
yeah,
shit.
like to do something from home. Like the Vision are in the ring, and it's like you can't keep the Oracle out of here. Let's go to Paul Heyman. He's at home. He's got a nurse next to him and stuff like that, and he's you know I mean, come on. Yeah, let's sell this correctly, And he's
Yeah,
and he's berating the nurse, still being a heel, right? So you don't want to feel pity for him because he's in his chair. So the nurse is trying to give him something. He's you stupid, and he's it's sell it, and be a heel while you're doing it. And the Vision, is like we're sending you flowers, Paul. We're sending, all this stuff, like, and, and then wherever we're going with this, this is obviously, he wants to get revenge on the Vision, but I think the two guys in the ring that are left in the Vision right now, only one of them was the guy that attacked Rollins in the first place. And that's Logan Paul. So, so he's got to come after Logan Paul, and that's the match for Mania, right? That's the match for Mania is Rollins against Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Because, freaking Theory wasn't there. He wasn't even, in the mix.
Unless, because I wish this would have happened, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. I still want the belts, some belt on the Vision, people in the Vision, and it would have been great if they had a match against the Usos and they took the belt off the Usos. You have Logan Paul, Austin Theory with the belt, but I don't think we're ever going to get that because now Rollins is in the mix. Rollins will cost them the match no matter who they're up against. But
well, to go even further on what I was talking about, and that's Rollins against Logan Paul at Mania, and we had Rollins come back with the mask and all that, and the hoodie and all that. Well, during the match, a masked guy comes down and costs Rollins the match.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know who it is. And Logan Paul gets his Mania win. Rollins gets over because he's back and he just got screwed. Now he's in a new storyline. Like, who the hell is this? But he's not in the new storyline because we find out that was actually Punk.
Oh, shit.
And the next night on Raw, they unveil the masked guy, and it's Punk, and he turns heel the night after Mania. And holy shit, now we got a new leader of the Vision.
That would be awesome.
And, I don't know where it leaves Paul Heyman. Does Paul Heyman reunite with Punk? Or does Paul Heyman, go with Rollins? Because he did not want Rollins to be attacked in the first place. Because if you go back and look at the actual attack from the Vision on Rollins, Paul was like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Then he finally, since he got threatened by Braun Breaker, he was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Yeah. So you could spin it that way. And now, Paul Heyman's a face for a little bit,
Yeah.
And
but he would still be the advocate with Lesnar, right?
Well, yeah, you could have Rollins and Lesnar and, against the Vision. Kind of have a power thing there, where you had kind of Hogan Savage kind of thing back in the day where they were both big power guys who were faces. And, but yeah, I kind of got away from what you were talking about though, but I just wanted to finish my thought on that.
Yeah.
But yes, I still agree with you. They need some belts on these guys. Absolutely, 100%. Put some validity behind them, put some, traction on them, and put some championships around their waists, make them look like they're, some big dogs.
Yeah.
Because right now they're dropping like flies by getting injured, and they're just getting their asses whipped every week. And then, I know they came back and they try to get some heat later in the show, but let's build them up more,
Yeah, exactly. Build them up in a you can still make them somewhat of a joke, but add some seriousness
I wouldn't make
to
them
them.
a joke at all.
Okay, well then just make them serious.
You can't make them a joke and then expect them to be vicious. You gotta be, it's one or the other, in my opinion. Especially in today's climate, it's got to be like, hey, be fucking outright vicious, and that's just who you are.
Yeah.
So, but hey, with Rollins back and Rollins after them, I'm all for them doing something to Becky.
In what way? Like adding her to or attacking Becky?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Why not? We get girls hitting guys all the time. Why can't we just do it? It's storyline. It's TV show. It's entertainment. Go get your panties in a bunch somewhere else. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fuck it.
and
Go after it. Do it.
especially if Punk's going to join Division. You know, there's a little backstory when AJ Lee also joins Division.
Hmm.
You know, because she had them come out and do something to Becky, and
I just think that's a little too creative for for where WWE is at right now.
hence hence Brian's frustration and him leaving. But,
Yeah, I mean, just let's talk about that for a sec. You leaving leaving a company, resigning. You have to understand that he probably had knowledge of where the storyline was going. You
sure.
know, and do you think that could have been maybe you've been like, man, Jesus, like these guys have no idea what they're doing. They're not listening to me. This shit is so stupid. I'm out. Do you think that's what it was,
Yeah.
or
Well, I mean, I don't know how to, again, the meeting structure is totally different than when I was there, right? I mean, so you have your SmackDown team. I don't know if Paul Hunter is in every meeting for creative. I don't know if, how much of an influence Netflix has on creative. Um, but I can see maybe some of these younger non-wrestling background guys in the meeting saying, "Oh, well, let's do this, and this is funny," and him just going like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Like, And
yeah,
then they presented to Paul, and Paul's like, or Hunter, and then Hunter's like, um, "Well, sure, let's give it a try." Or maybe maybe he's blinded by you know
money?
certain talents that he thinks needs to be put over, or he's being told has to be put over by TKO or by Netflix, and Road Dogg's just like, I can't. That these guys are fucking worthless and talentless and should not be there. And I can see that being frustrating. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, I remember trying to push guys that deserve to be pushed, and it was so I don't know, deflating when nobody's listening. Like and it's like, fucking, why am I here? You know,
yeah,
why am I here? So, um, yeah, I can see him just being fed up of trying to either push certain people and not being listened to, or asking why are we pushing these guys when they're fucking horrible. And it's like, well, that's what we're doing. It's like, well, I can't help them. I mean, you know.
yeah,
So it's like, I might as well go wherever else, or maybe he's got a different position in the company, or maybe he goes to AEW and helps creative over there. Who knows? But yeah, I just don't see it being, something that could have been worked out, especially the way the talent is these days.
yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Um,
And that's not all talent. I mean, they got some great talent. They got some people who know what they're doing. But
I just don't think
I
they're being
think,
pushed enough.
yeah, but I think part of it too is, especially when you were a performer back in the day and a really good one, is when you watch these matches and they're not getting over, and they're like, well, why? Well, have you seen how they sell or don't sell? I mean, they're their own worst enemies. Um, you can push a storyline, but if it looks like shit in the ring, it's done. I mean, the next one's not going to be as good or as much interest, you know. Uh, and that can be very frustrating for somebody who's worked in the business, and their family has worked in the industry for years and decades, and you see these guys now pretty much slap in the face at the history of the business. It's not good.
No, no, it is not. No, it is not. We want WWE to be good, like fire every time, but it is
No
what it
reason it shouldn't
is.
be.
Yeah, especially with all the money, all the shit that they're getting now. It's like, come on, guys. Like, where's this money going to?
I mean, they got nice production. They got all that good stuff. They take care. of everybody and some good contracts apparently. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it the lack of funding to the creative team that's causing this? I mean, but again, I don't even think it's creative. I think it's just the talent they have on the roster. You know,
They need to be like trained or something.
they got to be trained better. Like fucking sell properly or get out the fucking ring. I mean, you know,
it's not a circus
if
act.
if you're on a sports team and you don't play the position correctly, you're getting benched. You know, I mean, it's that simple, and they got to start doing that with these guys and girls. Is like if you don't sell properly, if you don't work a match properly,
you're out.
You're benched.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just simple.
Back to tough enough.
There's plenty of people on this roster who have shitty matches almost every time I see them. Can't sell.
Name some names. I'm curious.
Okay, well, I mean,
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso's a big one, and he's only in there because of the merch sales to the kids, you know. And the thing is, if you didn't have a good match, that'd be one thing. But the mistakes and just the oh my god, the lack of selling, the lack of convincing, you know. And Jimmy is a little better, but this past Monday's Raw, he didn't look that great either.
No.
You know, not a huge Charlotte Flair fan. I don't think she's very good. Alexa Bliss, not very good in my opinion. You know, God, man, I have to look at the roster to really dig people out, but
maybe that'll be another episode that we do. You do an episode of we could tier list wrestlers. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, and I hate to do that, you know, but I mean, if we're going to be talking about the product and what needs to be done to fix it and to get to that back to that next level, it's not just creative. And it seems like creative always gets the you know, the blame of it, you know. But it's like you don't even have to have a great storyline as long as you have the right people making it convincing enough.
Yeah,
you know, you got it sold. Again, promos. A lot of these promos are just like, ha ha, you know.
Yeah,
and they're so contrived and they're so like
yeah. I think I think that's a good segue to something that I definitely wanted to talk about, and that's AJ Lee with the Intercontinental Champion. Why didn't anybody come out in the middle of a promo or like at the end of a promo? It was just kind of like, yeah, I got the belt. Who's gonna challenge me now? And then just goes back, and you know that's it.
Yeah, unless you're doing something out there, why even have a promo in the ring?
Exactly. Like
just make it a backstage segment.
Yeah, just have a backstage segment of her polishing the belt or something, and then somebody interviews her backstage, and then that's it. You know,
don't. I can see whoever it is on. And I said it's not always creative. It's not, but I can see somebody saying, well, let's put her out there in front of the people. They pay to see her. It's like, okay, then do something with it though.
Yeah, have somebody come out. You know, I mean, I don't know who they're gonna set her up with next. I mean, do you have any guesses who AJ Lee might?
Well, I don't think Becky's done, is she? Or
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought they were still working on that, but maybe not. Maybe it's gonna be what's her name? Nikki Bella. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. What about Asuka? I think Asuka would be cool. Asuka and AJ Lee. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
But see, I don't care for AJ Lee. I just don't. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, her promos are decent, but I mean, yeah, she's
got the belt, but like I think like looking at every woman wrestler in the roster, like you put them next to her, you're like, well, yeah, they're gonna stomp her, but it's just not. She's not a believable champion to me.
Yeah, there's definitely gals there who have paid their dues and deserve a run right now, and she's taking that spot, and I don't agree with it.
100%.
But talking about promos too, you had Rhea Ripley come out, and she was in a promo with Io Sky, and I thought Rhea was going to turn heel for a second on her, the way she was talking to Io.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, is she going to fucking just clothesline her right here and fucking... But she didn't.
Unfortunately. It'd have been interesting.
Yeah. It was kind of... How she delivered that was kind of like weird, like,
That's got to be built up somehow. I mean, Rhea's still never beaten Io.
Right.
So there's
I think if Rhea wins, maybe Io attacks her and turns heel and says, you know what? I'm coming after you because you've never beaten me, so now's my chance to get that women's championship back because you're not going to beat me now.
Yeah.
That'd
be awesome.
And yeah, and then maybe, Kairi Sane joins her or something like that.
Yeah, because the Kabuki Warriors are dwindling. I feel like all the factions right now, they're kind of just dwindling out. They're on their way out. You got Judgment Day, which we could talk about. I mean, Penta defeated Dominic Mysterio and is the new Intercontinental Champion. I love it. I think that's awesome. I think
great.
Penta's good. I like Penta. And I would love to see his Intercontinental run. And now that Finn Balor cost Dominic Mysterio that match because, JD was going to jump in and help, Finn Balor tells him, no, don't do it. He's got to do it on its own. He's got to do it on his own, and that's how he lost the match. And I mean, we'll see what happens. I think we might see Finn Balor versus Dominic at Mania. Will Dominic still be the AAA champion and maybe Finn is the AAA champion? I don't think so. But who knows? I don't know. I feel like if they did put that belt on Finn, I would want to watch AAA. I'd want to tune in. So I think that would be a good opportunity for them to throw a curveball in. Give that belt to to Finn Balor. But I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think that would be amazing, and I think that would be a great place for him to bring back the Demon character.
Yes,
because that'd be over huge in AAA.
Yes,
and even so much, even you talk about Danhausen and those kind of guys that have their face painted like that, and but I think having the Judgment Day turn on Finn has to happen. And definitely agree with you. It's Dom and Finn at Mania, and Finn tells him to put the AAA title on the belt or on the line. And you could even go. I would even love to see a ladder match for that belt at Mania, because I think both of those guys could pull that off so well.
When was the last time we got like a good ladder match? Like
one-on-one ladder match? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, but where you have the belt up above, like I feel like we don't get that anymore. We don't get the ladder, the TLC matches as much.
So I think that would be huge for Mania. I think that would be that would get a lot of people watching. And those two could definitely pull it off.
Oh, man. You may just any ladder match. I would look forward to that match. I feel like it's been so long since we've seen something like that. And
but then where does that leave JD McDonough? I think he just kind of stays out of that match, and he's kind of that torn guy in the middle, but at the end of the day, he sides with Finn.
What if they have him as a special guest referee?
Man, that'd be insane.
Bring it back. Bring back special guest referees, and I think having JD McDonough as the special guest referee would be that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do a one-on-one match,
book it, WWE. That's I'd be more excited about that than Reigns and Punk, fucking whoever Obafemi is gonna be facing off at Mania, fucking whatever you got.
Yeah.
I don't, I just want to see some good shit, and I think that would be so good. I think that would be written so well. You'd have the audience fucking in on it, Um, yeah,
Well, that's just it. I mean, they got to make sure. I mean, you can put that up there. You can throw that lob up there, but they got to slam dunk it.
yeah,
But if you're going to do a ladder match, there really is no referee in the ring. It's just
it's true.
a guy on the outside. But if you're doing 1-on-1, that would be good.
Yeah.
So take your pick, WWE. We offer both of them to you right now for free.
Yeah,
A ladder match or
just like and
one-on-one with
subscribe. That's it. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
Just like and subscribe. That's your that's how much it costs. All right. But yeah, I think that's a lot more interesting than anything that's going on. Well, on the contrary, Rusev and Obafemi,
Yep.
I think that's pretty interesting. I think anything with Rusev right now is pretty interesting. I mean, Rusev and Sheamus was really good.
Yep.
But I mean, they're obviously going to have Obafemi go over on Rusev, which, I mean, look at Obafemi, and I think they're going to build up to him and Lesnar, maybe. I don't know, but
That'd be good.
But yeah, I'm hoping to see more from Obafemi. I want to be won over by him. When he first showed up, I was like, all right, he's just a big dude and whatever. But now, kind of seeing him with Rusev, it's very interesting. They're doing something with him, which I like. Instead of just he's a big dude, he's just gonna job people every Monday night. No,
Right.
Rusev is in there and wants to put him to the test, which that's what I like about Rusev. It's just none of this bullshit, whatever. It's just let's fight, let's do it.
Right. Yeah. Rusev's the type of guy that if somebody challenges him, you got to make him step up and go at it, like you said. Yeah, I love that about him. I did it with Sheamus, and now he's in it with this guy. No fear, right? And that gets him a ton of respect. I mean, even if he loses, it's like I'm a warrior. I'm a guy who doesn't back down, and if you want to challenge me, let's go. And that's a very appealing thing for him.
For my comic book heads, and Invincible in particular heads, he's like Battle Beast. You haven't seen Invincible, but Battle Beast, he's this character where he believes he's the best of the best of like fighter. Nobody can stop him. And so his own quest is to find somebody that can kill him because he thinks nobody is worthy or able to kill him. And so his whole thing is just going throughout the galaxy, finding people that he can fight that might be able to kill him. But, I think that's just interesting to me, and it has the same vibe as Rusev does. So yeah, I don't know.
I've seen Invincible.
The show?
The movie with Mark Wahlberg where he tries out for the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, not that.
The same thing?
No. Invincible's good. Invincible, the cartoon.
Oh,
it's so good. It's on Amazon. It's coming back this month, along with the final season of The Boys. But getting off topic. Yeah, Rusev, Obafemi, love it. Let's have more of that.
Sure.
And then Reigns and CM Punk.
Well, before we get there,
oh, am I missing something?
Gunther, Dragon Lee.
Oh, how did I forget about that? That was amazing. I loved it. I loved it. Gunther just being. I mean, we knew Dragon Lee and Gunther were gonna have to fight at some point. We knew how this outcome would be. I mean, look at the fucking size difference. And not only did Gunther win, but like he won disrespectfully of ripping the mask off of Dragon Lee, which is so fucking good. And when that happened, I was like, oh shit, like I can't believe they went there. And that's more shit we want to see, like just that shock of like, oh fuck, like I can't believe they did that. And it's so small, so such a small little thing of like ripping the mask off of luchador. It's we don't follow luchadors that outside of WWE, but we know how disrespectful it is for a luchador to be unmasked in the ring and things like that. And Gunther is that heel to do it and to get that heat. And
I would have liked to see this match take place in Texas, not Indianapolis. I would have had more crowd heat there, like holy shit kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know what their schedule is, but you can't drag it out too long because you got Mania coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Dude.
I thought somebody was going to come out and try to help Dragon Lee, and I thought it was going to be Rey Mysterio. I was hoping, Gunther, Rey Mysterio, Gunther retires Rey Mysterio and fucking adds another name.
That could be where they're going.
Yeah.
That could be where they're going. I mean, to do that to a luchador, and Rey's lost his mask before, in WCW, could be a huge opportunity for that to come back and play that over again. I know what it's like to lose my mask and be disrespected, and that's not cool. And you want to pick on a young guy. Well, why don't you pick on a veteran? All right, you lose, you're done, pal.
Yeah. That would be so good. So good. I just add another name to Gunther's list of people he's retired, Yeah. And all that does is build him up for that new guy you want to push,
One thing I do want to see, WWE, if you're listening, I know you are.
I know Punk's listening.
When Gunther comes out, when Gunther comes out, on the side screens, can you please have the list of people he's retired?
Oh, yes.
Such a dick move. Every time he comes out, this is the list of people he's retired. Rest in peace, whatever it is.
Yes. Or like a t-shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That t-shirt gets updated once a year or whatever.
It should say Legend. What is it? Because I don't want to get it mixed up with Randy Orton. Is it Legend Killer?
Well, Randy Orton's a Legend Killer, right?
Killer. So his is the Career Killer.
Career Killer, right?
Whatever. Do Career Killer, : all the wrestlers underneath it. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
And then have him come out with a shirt that he takes off before a match or something, and I don't know. There's there's so much potential to really dive into that gimmick, but that's the thing. We had Bronson Reed's gimmick, the Tribal Thief. They didn't dive into it that much. Like they got to dive into these gimmicks, and we've talked about it so many times in the show.
Yeah, and I'm on Chris Jericho's side on this one. If you're a heel, you shouldn't have merchandise.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, yes, definitely a huge opportunity to make money on that. But you don't want to. Again, you want to get the baby faces over. You want to see their merchandise when you turn and people are watching the show. It's like, oh, that's the guy I'm cheering for. Oh, look, everybody's supporting him.
Okay.
But I think we're in an age now where that doesn't really matter. That line's been crossed so many times, and there's so many heels that do have merchandise. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, it's a good shirt. But I still want to just at least see it on the Tron or the screens when he comes out.
Yeah.
Because it's just heat. As soon as that music hits and that pops up on the screen, that's heat. But as soon as I see that, I want to boo this guy.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 guys that I loved, and he's ruined them for me.
And also, what you could do is because I know some wrestlers their intro on the screen has them in matches and whatever. You could have just pictures that pop up that hang there. It's him with Cena in the choke in the hold, him and Goldberg, him and AJ Styles, him taking the mask off of Dragon Lee, all this stuff, just show it on the Jumbotron,
Right.
That'd be so good. So good. Again, that was free. WWE. So, and tell him, CM Punk. Tell him what we're talking about on this show.
Well, since you're bringing that up, let's go to Punk and let's go.
Yeah. Punk and
Punk,
Roman
Punk
Reigns.
got something to say about us, or what?
he said, I'm taking what he said and molding it into my own thing. But he said that he doesn't care about what people say about him and everything, even if it's on somebody's podcast or whatever. And I just felt targeted. I felt that he was directing it towards us.
Well, I would assume we're not the only podcast that talks shit about him. We're not talking shit about him. We're just giving our criticism and our critiques.
Yeah, being honest.
But it's being seen, in this sensitive, oversensitive world that we live in now, as a talking shit. It's like, no. It's just, if you can't take it, don't be there,
I'd be very surprised if he actually does watch the show.
I wouldn't be.
Why?
Great fucking show, man.
It would just be. I would be surprised to see him doyled in, unlike my camera.
I can't
Jesus.
see you sometimes because you get all blurred. But I mean, he hasn't been doyled in a while. I don't think so.
At all.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the promo, though? What'd you think of the Punk and Reigns promo?
I mean, it was okay. Again, here we are in this day and age where it's saying the most brutal shit to each other and nothing happens. And okay, if you don't want these guys to touch until Mania, that's fine. But you can't expect in the real world for somebody to stand in front of me and say, I'm going to bury you next to your dad. And for me not to go, what you say, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to stand there like all shocked? I can't believe he said that. Oh my God. And let him walk away? I mean, come on. What are we doing? You drop a line like that, it's got to be, oh shit, now it's off to the races. Holy shit. Now we're, and then a big pull apart. Now a big pull apart. You got 4 weeks to go. I get it, right? Or actually even longer, right? It's like 6 weeks ago now.
I think it's in
7 weeks.
Mid-April. Let me look this up.
Yes, that's 7 weeks at this Raw this past Monday.
April 18th.
And you don't throw barbs out like there.
We have a whole
You
month.
don't touch this yet. And then don't throw it out when they're in front of each other like that and not have something happen. I mean, you can have them get face to face, get like, here comes security. Okay, step back. You guys can still talk, but step back. We're in between you guys. And then that's said, and then Reigns tries to get to him, but he can't because he's been held back. But I mean, you want to say something like that and let him walk away? You're a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. And his Reigns promo itself was, okay, whatever.
He has not improved.
No, it's just like the same stuff. I mean, the same stuff he says about Punk every week, pretty much. I think there was one good line in there. I forget what it was. I mean, it wasn't memorable. But, overall, this was okay, but why aren't we doing something here? It just seems like, well, you said that, well, I'm saying this, and blah, later.
Yeah, how
like,
dare you bring up my dad?
This is wrestling. This is pro wrestling.
Beat the shit out of each other.
Beat the shit out of it, or at least try to.
Like, imagine Punk saying something like that to Rusev.
Oh my God. You wouldn't even get that far in the promo. Rusev would just beat the shit out of him.
Exactly.
I mean, what is...
This is the tribal chief. Someone we're supposed to acknowledge and
look up to or whatever.
Yeah, be like, right? Okay, this is the guy. This is the head honcho, he's the fucking tribal chief, but fucking you just allowed CM Punk to disrespect him and his family lineage, and just let him walk away.
Yeah. So Like, what are we doing?
In that instance, who cares who CM Punk is? Who cares if he's the fucking champ? Beat the shit out of him. You just mentioned my fucking dead dad.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't bring up the fucking credits. Bring up the credits as they're trying to beat the shit out of each other.
100%.
Because then you're going to
100%.
want to tune in to the next Raw.
You know? And the next Raw, here comes Reigns walking in the building and Punk jumps him.
Yeah.
And you could have 6 weeks of that. Build the shit out of it. And people will be like, okay, I have to fucking see how this ends now.
They did that with him and Cody Rhodes. With the first Mania under Paul. You know? It's like, come on.
Right.
What the fuck are we doing here, guys?
Right.
Maybe it will happen. We just gotta hold out hope. You know, we still have. It's not until the 18th of fucking April. We have a whole month. So,
I mean, you have Punk jump Reigns backstage on the way in, start the show off. Halfway through the show, you know, you get your halfway marker. Here comes Reigns back to jump on Punk backstage. He's boom. AJ Lee comes in to stop. He goes, boom. Oh. Uh-oh.
yes.
I just fucking cracked her in the face. She's out. He goes back to Punk. It's like, holy shit. Now we're on another level. You
Yeah.
know? Now it's not just talking about your dead dad. You just knocked my wife out. You know? Now Punk, okay.
There you go.
Fuck your cousins. He goes after the Uso, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Does Reigns then go, yeah, well, screw you and your dead dog? Because their dog died recently, I think. Something like that, Larry or whatever.
Oh.
Was that Cody? I forget. Anyway, too many.
That was Cody's dog.
Stupid. But anyway, you know, if you're going to get personal, you cannot stop now. You pull the cork off the bottle. The wine is flowing. Let's go.
Yeah.
But you cannot pour that wine and expect me not to drink it. I don't know what kind of analogy that was, but hey, sounded good.
Yeah, if you want to give us wine, give us wine.
Yeah. But if you're going to say something about my freaking, you know, yeah, you can say anything about my dad, whatever, but if you're going to say something about, you know, Roman Reigns' dad and him being dead, you got to fucking do something. There's no way you can stand there acting shocked like a fucking girl, like, oh my God, said that about my dad.
You hurt my tribal heart.
My tribal feelings. Like, fuck, come on. You know?
Get after it. Beat the shit out of each other.
Don't come back a week later and then do something because the time has passed.
This shit would not be happening if Vince was in charge. All right.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Would not be happening.
I can tell you that right now.
I mean, how much different would this, like, just WWE be if Vince was still in charge? I mean,
these promos wouldn't be going the way they're going.
No, and the matches wouldn't be going the way they're going either. I think everything would be. Everything right now is so ass backwards with how Vince would be running it. Yeah, but
people would be getting chewed out left and right, and they should. You know, when they don't put, because here's the thing. I've got a multi-million-dollar company. I'm putting you out there, and if people tune in and see you doing a shitty job, they're tuning out, and I may never get them back again. I'm losing customers.
Yeah.
So do the job right. It's that simple. Right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's why actors get certain roles, because they do a great job. Right? That's why musicians sell platinum records, because they go out there and they put on great concerts, and, you know.
Yeah.
So do the job right, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Get Doyledin. But
that's literally it. Just get Doyledin.
You know, and I think if this is your main event for Mania, this is bigger than Orton and McIntyre, right? This is your flagship show of Raw. Make it mean something, man.
Yeah.
Not just gotcha promos where I'm going to drop a line that's going to make everybody go, ooh, and then nothing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Again, coming back a week later, the heat's already died off it. that same crowd was not there last week. Who
Yeah.
are now all, ooh, what? Strike while the iron is hot. You drop a line like that, the crowd's like, oh shit.
Do something.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
And then this is a perfect time to get social media involved. Have Punk go to the fucking gravestone of Roman's dad or something and fucking, you know.
There's a actually, now that you say that, there's a meme out there where somebody's in front of a grave like this.
Yeah. Grant Gustin from The Flash. There you go. You don't even need, yeah.
CM Punk in front of like, and just has Roman's dad, not even his real name, just Roman Reigns' dad.
Yeah. There you go.
And it's like, what oh shit, now we're building up a storm, right? Now we're building up a storm. I remember when I ran a few shows back in 2014, and I had told Adam Pearce, was it Adam Pearce? Yeah, I wanted to use Adam Pearce because he was still wrestling, and he didn't want to do social media stuff like that because he didn't believe that was okay. Whatever. But anyway,
look at you now, Adam Pearce. Look at you now.
Yeah, what do you know? No, Adam's great, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish he was still working. He's such a good worker. I'd love to see him and Nick Aldis fucking go head to head. That'd be a hell of a match. I don't know
who's that?
If Nick's hurt. Out of SmackDown general manager.
Gotcha. Okay.
He was so good too, man. He was a great worker. And they're both good on the mic. It was awesome. But that'd be great, man. It's, Raw versus SmackDown for, I don't know. Hey, I want this guy in my roster. Well, let's fight for it. Holy shit.
Book it, WWE.
You know?
You can call that, you call the pay-per-view Raw versus SmackDown. Fuck it, Like, just that name alone would get people interested. I don't know. What do I know? Fuck do I know?
But yeah, I mean, anyway, getting back to, you said social media. Absolutely use social media, Don't
make fucking memes with your wife that are so out of character.
And AI right now, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
You can use Grok or Chat GPT or one of those things to make pictures and just post on social media. Just be a dick, and be so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a free avenue to further storylines and build, and then address it on Raw the next week. But they've already dropped the ball with this storyline as of Monday.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, in my opinion, this has been something I'm not even interested in. Once they booked it, I was just like, I don't give a fuck. Roman Reigns winning the Rumble, and go up against I don't think CM Punk was the champ at the time. Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I digress. But still, Roman Reigns winning the Rumble, I was just like, why? Like, even if he won the Rumble or didn't, he still would have been at Mania if they brought him back. Like, he's such a big name that they would have just put him there anyways.
Oh yeah, you could build a storyline around him, no problem.
Yeah. So
the same thing with Orton winning the chamber or Rhea winning the chamber. That they don't need to. You can still maybe don't have that much faith in creative. I don't know.
I mean, like we've talked about in previous episodes, when correct me if I'm wrong, I might get some details incorrect here, but was it Mankind winning the belt on WCW? Was it WCW that won the belt? Or was it Raw?
No, you're talking about when he won it on a recorded episode of Raw, and then WCW was live, and they said, don't tune into WWE because Mankind's winning the belt, and everybody tuned into WWE.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry if I got some details mixed up, but
all right, you're young. You weren't.
It's something like that where it's like it's a curveball. People don't want to see the same shit that they know that they're going to get. They want that curveball. That's what makes them interested in certain storylines and certain things. Why is Rusev and Obafemi so interesting? Because it's something that we're not getting from people on the top roster that we should be getting. Of just aggression. That's it. This is wrestling. Beat the shit out of each other. You want to lay your opponent down and pin them. That's that's the aggression that we need. And
a lot of people talk shit on Vince Russo and in the '90s and all that, but when he was in charge of creative, man, he knew that crash TV or whatever you want to call it, but there's always something happening. Always something happening.
mm-hmm.
We're going to go from this segment to that segment, and in this segment, this is happening, and this is happening. It's not just, hi, I'm here with Stacy. Hi, Stacy. So you got a match this Saturday? Yeah. And your opponent? Oh yeah. It's like, what the fuck is this? This is like fucking some high school goddamn vote for me kind of thing,
Yeah.
This is fucking pro wrestling. Get out there. Hey, yeah, I got this bitch next Saturday. I'm gonna whoop her ass, and she can talk all the shit she wants. Of course, the language doesn't have to be there, all right? I'm just saying, in lieu of not knowing who the participants are, but yeah, I'm gonna whoop her butt, and I'm gonna, she can go ahead and call me a whore all she wants, and she wasn't saying that when I was with her dad last week. What the fuck is? Yeah, what? Get creative with it,
Yeah.
But again, we're going back to all these people who are like, well, don't talk about this because social media. I don't want to be embarrassed on social. Get a different freaking job. Go work at Target so nobody knows who you are behind the freaking register, except for your name badge. And thank you, Susie, for bagging my stuff. But goddamn, this is fucking pro wrestling, man. This is entertainment. Balls to the wall.
Yep.
Let's make it happen and stop pussyfooting around every single little fucking storyline where we got to be friends with somebody, and we got to be careful how we talk, and we got to not ruffle feathers and stuff. It's like, come on, it's garbage.
Complete garbage. It's because they're not Doyledin. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Should fix that.
They should get Doyledin. That's it. But you make really good points.
Thanks.
And I don't know what else to say. But yeah, that's been Elimination Chamber and Raw. Anything that you're looking forward to, I guess, that's coming up? I mean, we got Mania, but like, is there a storyline that you're invested in, at least?
Well, I want to see Reigns and Punk get aggressive, ambitious, and if they're going to do promos like that and not do anything, then the other guy needs to not be in the ring. He's not here this week, so I'm gonna just talk shit. I want to see Rhea come to SmackDown. We were recording this on a Friday, so she'll be going to SmackDown tonight to face what's her name?
Jade Cargill.
So yeah, Jade Cargill. So I want to see Jade jump Rhea, get the ball rolling there. I love the build with Liv Morgan. I want to see that more.
Yeah,
I want to see Rollins do something to Austin Theory and let Logan Paul know he's coming for him, because he's the only Vision guy. Set that up for Mania. I want to see Penta make that Intercontinental title meaningful. And that's it for now.
Yeah. I hope that they have Penta defend that Intercontinental Championship almost every Raw.
Can we pause real quick?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we're reaching towards the end anyways, but
I gotta go real quick.
But yeah, I'll close it off. This has been the Doyle'dIn podcast. Have a good day. Have a good night. Whatever your time zone may be. Don't forget, stay Doyledin. That's it. See you guys.